So you want to start a small business. You're not alone. There is something that happens whenever the economy begins to struggle where people say, you know what? I don't want to depend on someone else for a paycheck. I want to be able to trust my own judgment and my ability to generate money out in this market. So I'm going to create my own business. And it's great. We love that. I get a lot of calls, and been getting more and more calls from individuals asking for help as far as what to do for starting small businesses. And, I only expect that's going to continue to grow. With that, there's some advice that I give. And I have an article that I want to share with everybody today that works out pretty darn good, to be quite honest. They hit on a couple things that I definitely talk about. So let's look at this here. Yeah, this is from Inc.com. Link is going to be down in the description somewhere. Be sure to check that out. Now, we want you to consider these three things before starting a business in today's economy. And these aren't anything new. These are things that most everybody knows, but it's something that I work with my clients. Again, I help small businesses who want to perform better in this market and in every market, and also eventually they want to be able to sell their business. That's what I do with Summit Business Guides. So be sure to follow if you are interested in learning more about how I help those businesses thrive. So the first one we have here is ensure the market is ready for your business. We work on client avatars, ideal clients. And a big part of that is understanding, hey, what's the market even look like for my services out there? And for many people, they think, hey, just because I can do this thing and a few of my friends said they like it, doesn't mean that folks that aren't your friends are going to open up their wallets to share money with you. That's one of the big things that I have a lot of business owners and business entrepreneurs. They mix that up. Okay, so we want to make sure with that. And the way you do that is simply just again, testing the market with your product, do some marketing research, but frankly, understanding who your ideal client is, and then figuring out, hey, are there enough of these folks around to support that? All right. Second one's going to be manage your capital ahead of launching the business. Now, I talk about capital management, which is your cash, more than most people do. Cash flow is the number one reason that businesses close. When you do not have the ability to have cash to handle purchasing, to finance certain things, your business is done. Cash and capital are the lifeblood of your business. So make sure you're managing those things appropriately. Okay. And with that, what do you want to do? Well, one of the big things is looking at either getting grants to help fund these things, or to look at how you want to be able to use your loans. All right. Without getting over levered. Okay. A big thing I try to tell folks is do everything you can to get a small business loan to help your business start. Do your best to not use your credit cards just because of the interest rates are extremely high. Okay. And that's some of the stuff they talk about here. Now, the last one that they get into is find the right time to start your small business. Now, we're in a seasonal environment here. And one of the things that I talk with my clients about as well is just understanding that the best time to start your business is usually coming out of season, not going into season. And it seems weird to say that, but you want to be able to where you're coming out of season. And what that does is you start towards the end of season, you're able to open and capture some of those sales and get your name out there. But you need time to be able to take what you've learned and then basically put the processes and procedures in place, and then be able to go execute. Like, that's kind of the issue. Now, right now, we're getting ready to go into season here in West Michigan. And if you're looking to open your business, what I would say is get that thing opened as soon as possible. Doesn't matter if it's perfect or not, just get it open and start getting feedback from your potential customers and clients, so you have a better idea of exactly what their expectations are for your product or service versus what you think they're going to need. Okay. So those are the three things that I honestly, I talk with a lot of folks about that consistently as well. So again, looking to open a small business, it's always a good time. There's some times that are just better than others, but you want to make sure you understand your market, make sure you got enough cash for cash flow, right? And manage that appropriately between grants and loans. And then again, we talk about the time. Sometimes you just got to open, and that's okay. But if you're going to do it, make sure you got a plan and make sure you follow through. Now, if you're a business who is currently open and you are not operating at the level you think you should be, give me a call. I help businesses run better. It's what I do. And if you're curious about whether or not you're going to be able to sell your business, again, that is where I spend the vast majority of my time, is helping build valuable companies that business owners can sell. Take care, and I will see you next time.